United Methodist NOMADS provides skilled volunteer labor for projects across the United States. They also provide their own housing in the form of RVs and their own food. Host organizations provide work needing to be done and RV hookups. Each project lasts 3 weeks. Nomads work Monday through Thursday and have Fridays and the weekends off to explore the area or just rest. Currently, our Nomads team is serving on a project in Minnesota. We are working at 2 United Methodist churches in the St. Paul, Minneapolis area. At the Coon Rapids United Methodist Church, we are renovating the daycare area, and at the Sunrise United Methodist Church, we are renovating the parsonage. Both of these churches have tremendous outreach programs in their community by providing daycare and preschool. In addition, Coon Rapids has an amazing food distribution program. A Nomads team of 10 to 12 volunteers can get a whole lot done in 3 weeks. With the high cost of renovations and maintenance, Nomads are sought after. Work began at both locations on the very first day. At Coon Rapids, a part of this wall had to be removed to expand the daycare area to make it more usable. Here we are on the other side of the wall as demolition begins. Others worked at removing old ceiling tiles and replacing them with new ones. The greatest amount of work involved painting all of the walls. This project took many applications of primer and paint in order to cover over many small pictures and some large wall murals, like the rainbow seen here. Another area of the wall was torn out to provide an open window between the 2 areas. Work also involved framing the new opening and the new window. Nomads, for the most part, provide all of their own equipment. Work also started that first day at the Sunrise United Methodist Church parsonage. Work began by removing all of the many ceiling lights and fixtures. All of the ceilings had to be washed in preparation for priming and painting. All of the walls also had to be washed down. Many small and not so small holes in the walls had to be patched before painting could begin. There was a lot of work to be done outside as well. Outside, small and large shrubs all around the house were trimmed or removed. Tree limbs resting on the parsonage roof were cut down and hauled away. When the walls and ceilings were ready, painting began. First came rolling paint on the ceilings. Then the walls of the 3 bedrooms, the living room, the kitchen, and the hallway received a primer coat of paint. Some walls had to be painted a couple of times to paint over areas like this blackboard. The final coat of paint was a pretty light blue. It took several days with experienced, skilled painters at work. With the walls completed, it was time to do the floors. Floor tiles were laid in place throughout the house. Unfortunately, at the end of our first week, I was tested positive for COVID. Dwayne and Jennifer, our team leaders, have a lovely log home in the woods 3 hours north of the city. I isolated at their home in Henry, my VW van on their property. They invited me to stay inside, but I chose to remain at home in Henry and have use of their bathroom and shower. I joined the team again after having tested negative for 2 days in a row. During our last week of work, the floors were completed at the Sunrise Parsonage and kitchen cabinets were installed. At Coon Rapids, old ceiling tiles were replaced with new ones throughout much of the church. This involved cutting many tiles down to size in order to fit into place. Our Nomads team came from across the country. Our very well-organized and capable team leaders, Dwayne and Jennifer, came from Park Rapids, Minnesota. Jim and Karen came from Gutenberg, Iowa. Art and Sue came from Parker, Colorado. Bob and Leon are from California. However, having rented their home, they live full-time in their motorhome. I live full-time in my VW van and am always home wherever I am parked. On this project, our RVs were parked at a campground. One evening, we gathered together for an ice cream social. On our last evening together, we enjoyed a potluck dinner together. When it started to rain, we moved the tables underneath the awning. But then it poured and flooded, and Jennifer knew best how to get home. Each nomad experience is a little different. What I like most is working together with new friends. Through devotions each morning and working together through the week, we get to know each other pretty well, and saying goodbye is always a bit sad. But we know that new friends await at the next project. My next project is in Fort Myers, Florida, where in January I hope to escape the cold and serve with Echo as they seek to bring hope to the hungry. You can learn more about nomads by going to www.nomadsumc.org.